Bonjour, I'm Marlene, a travel lover. Welcome to Hip Abroad, where I will share more of a decade of travel experiences and inspire people with full-time jobs to travel more than they think they can. Hey, it's Travel Tuesday, and today I'm doing a bit of a road podcast in the wild mountain of Corfu in Greece, with beautiful beach and beautiful weather. It's actually 38 degrees today, so I was thinking of doing this podcast outside. But unfortunately, it's going to be here in my hotel room. I wanted a bit of a solo traveling because it's been a bit of a hard year in terms of content creation. So I wanted some time to unwind a bit. So today I took this opportunity to talk about solo traveling. So in this podcast, we're going to debunk all the myths that are based around solo traveling. Like talk about the fears that people have sometimes to leave their wife, children, friends, husband, anything at home to go traveling, and also I'm gonna give you 5 top tips on how to travel solo as a female, or anyone, but I'm a female, so it's relatable. There we go. In 2020, I think a lot of people, further to the event of 2020, I think a lot of people realize how important is to do whatever you want to do. Life is short. And we are all stuck at home. We all wanted to travel. And now I think a lot of people have realized that nothing should stop you from traveling. May it be friends, husband, or anything. So, but if you still have doubt, this is actually the podcast for you. I've been traveling solo for over a decade now. Of course, sometimes I travel with partners. But my favorite way of traveling is actually solo. I gained that interest about 10 years ago when I traveled, no, even more than that, maybe 15. When I went to New York, I was 19 years old. And that was my first time solo traveling. I loved it. Then the year after, I went to Mexico, where I studied for a year in a totally foreign country, totally foreign language. So that needed a bit of adaptation there. And I loved it. Mexico is now one of my favorite countries in the world. So what are the myths that are sometimes here? But I have a question for you that I want you to put in the comment. What is stopping you from solo traveling? And as a result, I want to open this debate by debunking a few myths. So that sometimes I hear that solo traveling is just for backpacker and you have to be in a gap year. I disagree. Actually, I have met a lot of women traveling solo in their 30s, 40s, like above even 80 years old, because nothing is holding them back at all. They can afford it. They can have a comfortable room, so they don't need to stay in hostel and share a room with people. So no, it's like give you actually more freedom to be an adult solo traveler instead of being a backpacker. Also now you don't need to be in a gap year because there's a lot of remote jobs online that you can sign up for, and you can be a freelance worker and be based anywhere around the world. So that's actually the topic of my next podcast. So please subscribe or follow the podcast. And I'm gonna have a very special guest in the next podcast. She will take you through how to become a digital nomad, how to make money while you're traveling instead of spending money like when you're traveling, just like me. But I'm trying to change that. Another myth that I hear is like that solo traveling is for single people. Again, I disagree. For example, I've been to yoga retreat where women were coming there when they had husband and children at home, and they're traveling solo. So for example, they will do 1 week of the yoga retreat, and then they will do 1 week of their own exploration, where if they are newfound friends that they made at the yoga retreat. And it doesn't need to be yoga. It can be any activities that you're interested in. It can be photography, kite surfing, surfing. There's a lot of, I've been to a few surf retreats. I loved it, made a lot of friends. As a result, there's probably places where personally I would say you should be single. I don't know, if you go to Brazil or something, everyone is quite hot there. I don't know. It's just to their own, but that's probably not the country I will go if I'm single, but I'm just joking. Another myth that I hear, or another question that that sometimes hear from people is that if I ever feel lonely, of course, let's be real, I'm not gonna go to Bora Bora as a solo female traveler. okay, unless it's paid for, I'm going there for photography gig, and then I'm going there for specific business purpose, okay, yes, I will go, but just for exploration, I don't think that's the kind of destination I will go. So in order to not feel lonely, try to go like somewhere where it's social. You shouldn't feel like, I don't know, you cannot control your feeling, but you shouldn't feel lonely, because actually you should be free, and that's the catalyst of solo traveling, is to gain like some personal freedom and discover yourself, and like live in a bit of a discomfort. And actually is also the best way to make friends with local. And actually, once you have met these friends, they can like show you the best place to be, the best place to see, the best food to have. And don't despair, you'll never be alone, because you always encounter another solo traveler. I feel like some people feel like, oh, but you need to be confident, etc. It will come, because when you put in a certain situation, you kind of spread your wings. So I would say, no, I never actually feel lonely when I solo travel. So now let's go to the core of this conversation. So what are the 5 best way to travel solo? So I would say number 1, go to a specialist agency. So the agency that I recommend and I've used a couple of times is called Beyond Tourism Company. So this agency will give you a tailor-made itinerary in a destination that you will go. So for example, when I went to Guatemala, the itinerary was all set for me except for flight, but if you want your flight to also be arranged, they can do it. So they arrange your flight, they arrange your transfer, and in Guatemala, for example, they gave me like 5 cities to see, and in each of these cities, hotel room were arranged, and transfer as well, and you just give them the money as a package and they do everything for you, so you don't have to do anything. And the reason why I recommend them, because they are into traveling sustainably, they support the local businesses, they will send you to like good hotel, but not chains hotel, which is good, like good local hotel that are owned by local businesses. So that's why I recommend them. I actually have a discount code in the description if you want to use them for your next trip. They go all around the world and in all the 5 continents, and also in most of the beaten path type of destination. So there's a £150 discount in the description if you use my code for your next trip. Also for young people, if you're between 20 and 35, there's an agency that a lot of people I know have been using. It's called Contiki. This one is less adventurous. It's more, for example, you go to Mykonos, they put you in a hotel there, and then they arrange all the day trip activity, nightclubs, restaurant, and they arrange everything for you. And obviously that is conducive to making long-lasting friendship. I never use them myself because it's kind of not my vibe really, but if you're young, you want to have fun and single, that one, I think you probably should be single for that one. Yes, Contiki is one that I recommend as well. Number 2, join a group tour. If you want an itinerary but don't want to be tied into a specific hotel or a specific driver or things like that, you can arrange everything independently. But to visit like tourist site and everything, you can like book a tour company. The one that I recommend is called Get Your Guide, because Get Your Guide actually use local guides to show you around a city. And I always use them when I travel exclusively. Now I'm an ambassador for them, so even more, I can promote them. And if you want 10% off on your next booking, the link is in the description as well. So this is another choice, a group tour, but there's also other company that I can use, but I'm just giving my personal recommendation and the ones that I know that are good enough, because I've tried a lot of them And I can guarantee you that Get Your Guide is it's my favorite. And also what I like about them is like their tours is between 6 to 12 people, but most of the time it's only 6 of you, and sometimes you can even be alone because they have so many tours in cities that people have different preferences. So sometimes you end up just with you and the guide. So for example, when I went to Bali, I did the jeep tour of climbing Mont Batur, and it was just me and the guide and a whole jeep to myself. So Get Your Guide is definitely one that I totally recommend. Number 3, travel to learn a new skill or to improve a skill that you already have. As I mentioned before, I used to do yoga retreat to like push my yoga further, surfing retreat, kite. I know people who do kite surfing. I know people who do yoga teacher training. I'm a photographer, so I like to join like community or creator trips. And everyone there comes solo and they learn a new thing. You have a common interest, so then there we go. You feel less anxious. Also, you can go. Another thing, if you're not like that active, because it seems like I'm only talking about fitness over here. If you want to learn a new language, if you want to learn to cook, if you're into cooking. My friend went to Thailand the other day, like for a 1-week cooking class. Met friends there and continued traveling around Thailand. You can learn a new language as well. That's what brought me to London. I was coming there to improve my English, and I never left. 14 years later, I'm still there. And so I remember I was like put in this kind of hostel where I was sharing a room with other foreigners, and then we were all there to learn English. Didn't learn much that year, but eventually, well, I hope, eventually that had long-lasting friendship that are still on today. So there we go. And also, if you are stressed at work, number 4, I suggest you to go to a wellness retreat and to better yourself. Because of course, you've been you've been working all year. Sometime you don't want that much of a active holiday, and I don't want you to feel like if to travel solo you have to be like on all the time. You can have a proper chill holiday as well as a solo traveler. I know there's a place in St. Lucia called the Body Holiday, which is also, there's activities of course for the sports people, but if you just want to chill and relax, it's a good place to go. And you're in St. Lucia by the beach, and not in a big resort where you'll be like with couples and family. I think everyone there that goes there is single or yeah, whatever. Just go and check. But I don't know, good place to go and a good place to relax, and an opportunity to visit an exotic destination and chill. There's also other wellness retreats where you have massages. I won't mention yoga again, but it's more like Ayurvedic retreat, like in India, where you want to cleanse your body and also have a relaxing holiday. So this is one of the things as well where you can find other solo traveler. Number 5 tip, how to travel solo: join a super club. In one of the previous podcasts, I had a guest called Sam, which is organizing an event called End the Table. It's like 6 women that never met before that come for dinner for an amazing meal and a meaningful conversation. So she started this concept in Amsterdam, and now it's like spread all over the world. And during my podcast discussion with her, she told me that this idea came to her because one day she was in Spain, and she was supposed to meet with a friend, and her friend wasn't available, and as a result she felt alone at night because she wanted to have a nice meal and a conversation. And then the idea sparked into her mind. It's like, oh, why not meet other female travelers in a setting that is not like in a bar or a club, because it also came to her due to bathroom conversation between women. And she said, oh, why having this conversation in a bathroom? Let's just go someone else, have a meal, and chat about life. And so you should totally check it out on the table. I also, another way that I meet local when I travel, I join Eat With, which is a platform where you can actually meet locals and they cook for you in their houses. So I know some of you will be like, oh, I'm not going to someone I don't know how. Like, I mean, that's why I'm Eat With is with other people and with men as well. So that's why, and the table is probably a bit more trustworthy, but everyone is vetted in this platform. So there's nothing actually to worry about that. But this is what I will recommend if you don't want to eat dinner alone when you're traveling. Extra tip is that I give you is like number 6, always be safe. It's about safety. Like, write down in the itinerary of where you're going and share it with your family or your closest friend. And of course, you can put some boundary of how many times do you want to be contacted during your travel and things. But always share where you're going, where you are, at which moment. Especially if you have doubt of a situation, just share it. Like, it doesn't cost anything. How to be safe with your money? I use Revolut, which is this travel card that you top up on an app, so it's linked to your bank account. So when you want to pay, you pay on the spot rate. You can take out up to 800 euros per day in cash at ATM. So that makes you avoid like the big banking fees. For example, I remember one day I forgot my card at home, and I have to use my main bank account to take cash out or to pay for things. And I end up being with an astronomous foreign fees bill. So that's not happening again. So use Revolut, or you can use Monzo, Monezi, or anything, but Revolut is probably my top recommendation because they also send you the card. If you lose your card or if the machine has swallowed your card, then Revolut send you within 24 hours, they will send you a new card, and so you can carry on traveling. And also, I also always bring three cards with me, and they're scattered around my stuff. So if a bag gets stolen, at least I have a backup. And I also always have a bit of cash in me. And a bit of cash in you. So when you arrive into a place, you can get a taxi or something to get back to your hotel. So there's always a question that people ask you, are you alone? Are you traveling alone? No, you're not. You're not traveling alone. Your mom is coming tomorrow. Your dad is coming in a couple of days. Your dad is tired, so he's back at the hotel. Your friend didn't want to do this activity, so they didn't come. And anyway, anything you get asked, no, you're not traveling alone. Next, no further comment needed. Also, don't flash valuable. I know that we all want beautiful pictures and beautiful content because of the world of Instagram. But me personally, when I shoot content, I only do it during the day. I don't do it at night. First of all, because it's cumbersome, and when nights come, I don't want to be spending my day making a movie. So during the day, I film, I take picture, and at night, I just enjoy myself. I just have my phone on me, and I also have it in a crossbody bag. I take pictures sometimes when I see that the environment is safe, or I'm in a restaurant or everything. Of course, I'll take my phone out and take a picture. But when I'm walking around, I have a crossbody bag, phone inside, and that's it. And it's closed, so I can always keep an eye on my valuable. Crossbody bag, always recommend. I'll put a couple of links. It's not expensive. I'll put a couple of links in the description. It's the best investment that you can do for your travel. So you always have your valuable close to your chest. For your safety, please avoid all your vices. If you like drinking, smoking, taking drugs at home, keep it that way. Don't do it abroad. In a bar, when I'm on holiday, I always drink beer if I want to, because the beer has been given to me, it's been opened in front of me. Or if you're in a restaurant, it's fine. But don't get drunk. That's all I'm trying to say. And also, if you're in a bar with an open glass, I wouldn't really do that. Like, stuff can be put in your glass, and it's not. And a lot of people, even in Japan, a lot of people got spiked in their drinks and then got robbed, just like this, because they were like, oh, it's Japan, it's super safe, maybe. And look, even the safest country in the world, they put stuff in your drink. So, get the beer, they open it in front of you, and drink that. Or you can have one of your own container where you ask the barman if you want, like, I don't know, if you're in Brazil, you want caipirinha. Ask the bartender to put the caipirinha in that cup that you brought yourself, and then you can close. And then you can have actually a safe night. And even guys has been given that advice, especially in Brazil. There's an area in Rio called Lapa. I actually saw a YouTuber the other day getting robbed there, and he was giving also the same advice as I'm giving here. So be careful when you travel, no vices. And in terms of drugs, probably not a good idea to do any of it, especially in Southeast Asia, because you can go in prison for that. So it's not worth it. Not a nice ending of your holiday, isn't it? So no drug, no vice, no drugs, no alcohol, and don't smoke with random people. It's just not worth it. It's fun, okay, for a while, but it's not worth it. Especially if it's your first time, like, and you don't really know, you don't really speak the language and anything. Like, just don't trust people. Don't trust anyone. I mean, most of the people are good, but not everyone is good. That's what I'm trying to say. And in terms of staying connected, if you want to ensure that you always have data and internet when you're in a country, I would suggest to buy a local SIM card, so then you never have issue with your phone. Or eSIM, if you have like one of the latest phones, they let you add like a digital SIM into your phone, so then you don't have to faffle around with SIM card. The one that I recommend is called Arelo. I'll put a description below for $3 off. So this one, as long as you have Wi-Fi, you just connect on it, and you're connected to all the network around the world. And they just launched it now in America and South America. So they are truly worldwide now. So I hope all these advice will encourage you to travel solo. I'm not a novice at this, but I'm sure everyone started somewhere. I started somewhere, and now I'm here. So you can definitely do it. Also, traveling solo has helped me making friends around the world with who I'm still in contact with now. So now I can go to Norway, and I have a friend there, and then there we go. I'm not traveling solo anymore. I'm going to Norway alone. But once I'm there, I'm meeting people who show me around and show me the authentic experiences. Even so, personally, my favorite way of traveling is still travel solo. But it's good to have the option to meet some friends there. And if you experience traveling solo once, twice, or 3 times, then you realize, oh, you know, I just don't like it. But like, count how many friends you make during this street trip, and then going forward, you don't need to be alone anymore. So that's actually what I would say. You can continue traveling solo. And I travel also. I meet some of my friends who also like traveling solo, and we say, oh, let's go to this place, and we meet there, and then we're traveling together. But everyone has done their own thing. Like, for example, I go for 2 weeks. There's 1 week I'll see my friend, 1 week I'll be solo. And that's a win-win there. So definitely, that's why I would say to go. So yeah, for my part, I still think traveling solo is the best. But if you know about me, well, obviously you don't know about me, but a bit about me, like, I'm an only child. I was born in Africa, and I've always been around. I've always been traveling around. I've been always curious, adventurous, speak many languages, and I always want to push that a bit further. So I got that in me. Like, I think if I don't travel, I'm gonna lose my mind somehow. So yeah, this I got that in me. But I also heard from many people that once they've been traveling solo, it has changed them. So if you want to go to do it, definitely go for it. I encourage you to do it. And then a famous quote actually from Mandy Hall says that there are some places in life where you can only go alone. So embrace the solo journey. So if you find any of the info that I gave in this podcast valuable, interesting, please share, or give me a like, or subscribe to the channel. That would be like a great help for this channel, and I will see you in the next episode. But in the meantime, if you want to catch up on all my travel stories, like you can click here, or my London life, you can click below here. So thanks for listening and live inspired.